Have you ever stopped to think about what might be lurking in your glass of water? It's easy to assume our water supply is pristine and safe. But what if I told you that it could be tainted by an unlikely culprit? The meat industry. That's right, that juicy steak might be indirectly polluting the water you drink every day. Today, we're diving into the murky depths of how animal agriculture is affecting our water supply and what it means for our future. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. If you're curious about how your diet impacts the environment, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more eye-opening content. Now, let's get into it. Water is the essence of life, but it's a resource we're rapidly depleting. Despite our planet being covered with water, only a tiny fraction is suitable for drinking. To put it in perspective, nearly 70% of Earth's surface is water, but a mere 2.5% of it is fresh water. Dig deeper, and you'll find that just 1% of this fresh water is easily accessible. The rest is locked up in glaciers and snow caps. This means a shocking 0.007% of Earth's water is available to sustain a growing global population of 8 billion people. Water scarcity isn't a future problem, it's happening right now. Over 1.2 billion people currently live in water-scarce regions, and another 500 million are on the brink. The situation is dire and projected to worsen as the global population grows and climate change accelerates. As we pump more water for agriculture, industry, and personal use, our already limited supplies are dwindling. You might not realize it, but agriculture is the biggest user of water worldwide, accounting for a staggering 92% of humanity's water footprint. Within this, animal agriculture consumes an immense amount of water, about 1/3 of the total agricultural water usage. Every hamburger, steak, and glass of milk comes with a hidden water cost that's far larger than you might think. For example, producing a single hamburger requires around 660 gallons of water. That's equivalent to taking 38 showers. This is because water is used not only to hydrate the animals, but also to grow the feed they consume and to maintain sanitary conditions in processing plants. In the United States, a significant portion of soy and corn, 47% and 60% respectively, is used as livestock feed, which further adds to the water burden. Animal agriculture doesn't just guzzle water, it also pollutes it. The waste produced by livestock farming is a major source of water contamination. Large-scale farms, also known as concentrated animal feeding operations, CAFOs, produce vast amounts of manure that often end up in lagoons. During heavy rains or natural disasters, these lagoons can overflow, releasing harmful pollutants into nearby rivers and streams. Consider this: some of the world's largest meat producers have dumped more toxic chemicals into our waterways than major oil companies. Between 2010 and 2014, one poultry producer released 104 million pounds of pollutants, surpassing even the oil industry. Another meat giant contributed over 50 million pounds of pollutants in the same period. These contaminants include nitrates and phosphates, which can have devastating effects on water quality and marine life. When manure from KFOs seeps into our water supply, it leads to a cascade of environmental issues. High levels of nitrates and phosphates promote the growth of algae, leading to harmful algal blooms. These blooms consume the oxygen in the water, creating dead zones where marine life cannot survive. A stark example is the 8,000 square mile dead zone that appeared along the Gulf Coast in 2017. This dead zone, caused by fertilizer pollution flowing down the Mississippi River, is an area devoid of oxygen and life. The excess nutrients from animal waste fuel algae growth, which depletes oxygen as it decomposes. This suffocates fish and other marine creatures, creating a chain reaction that exacerbates water pollution. It's not just the environment that suffers from contaminated water. Human health is at risk too. Nitrates from animal waste are the most common pollutants in rural groundwater. High nitrate levels can cause serious health problems, particularly for infants. One condition, methemoglobinemia or blue baby syndrome, occurs when nitrates interfere with the blood's ability to carry oxygen, literally turning baby's skin blue. Long-term exposure to nitrates is also linked to an increased risk of various cancers and developmental disorders. Natural disasters like hurricanes can worsen these problems. In 2018, Hurricane Florence caused hog waste lagoons in North Carolina to overflow, spreading millions of gallons of animal waste across the landscape. This not only contaminates local water supplies, but also spreads antibiotic-resistant bacteria from the antibiotics used in livestock. These superbugs can make their way into water sources, posing serious health risks to communities. The impact of animal agriculture extends to the air we breathe as well. Emissions from factory farms, including nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxides, contribute to the formation of acid rain. This rain can damage soil health, kill aquatic life, and even corrode buildings and infrastructure. Nitrogen oxide emissions from animal farms are now a leading cause of acid rain, which further highlights the far-reaching impacts of our dietary choices. In contrast to the heavy water use of animal-based foods, plant-based diets have a much lighter water footprint. Producing a pound of beef requires roughly 2,000 gallons of water, while plant-based foods like soybeans and lentils require significantly less, 206 gallons and 704 gallons per pound, respectively. By switching to a plant-based diet, we can reduce our water usage and help conserve this vital resource. Not only do plant-based foods use less water, but they also contribute less to pollution. Growing crops for direct human consumption is more efficient than using them to feed animals, which then require even more water. This shift can also alleviate food insecurity by making more food available for human consumption and reducing the environmental burden of agriculture. So what can we do to address these issues? One powerful step is adopting a plant-based diet. This simple change can have a profound impact on reducing water consumption and pollution. By choosing plant-based proteins over meat, we can help preserve our water resources and promote a healthier planet. But it's not just about individual choices. There's also a need for systemic change in how we manage water and agriculture. Governments and organizations must implement policies that promote sustainable farming practices, invest in water-saving technologies, and reduce pollution from animal agriculture. That's it for today's deep dive into the hidden costs of the meat industry. Our water is precious, and protecting it is crucial for the health of our environment and our communities. By making informed choices about our diets and supporting sustainable practices, we can help ensure a future where clean water is available to all. Did you learn something new today? How do you feel about the impact of the meat industry on our water supply? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on how our food choices affect the world. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.